what I've noticed in the news recently, and it's certainly not life-saving, but it implies recovery in hospitality has now gone from 20% occupancy is now up to 50%. So we saw hospitality drop off the cliff and is now slowly pulling back. What about other asset classes, specifically multifamily that everybody talks about being bulletproof, and offices, for example, and industrial? Tell me something about how those are different, how you think things are going to pan out over the next few months.
Well, let's actually start with hospitality quickly. One thing to remember, and you just hit on it, the aspect of hospitality is where the hotel or resort is. At some level, if you're in Las Vegas right now, that's a much different animal than if you have something, let's say a 5-star hotel in New York City. And also, if you can drive to it, you have a much better chance of recovery versus something that you were dependent upon convention business that was travel related, or so our resort business that was travel related, meaning like you had to fly there to get there. So hospitality will definitely improve with the driving first. If you then think of the retail wasn't in great shape coming into this whole thing, and now you can't even go out and eat a pizza in a pizza restaurant in most places, that's never happened. Keep in mind, some of these things have never in our lifetime happened. I think I've gone through 4 economic recessions or maybe 5, and every time you could get on an airplane, you could take your family out. If you had $20 left, and that was your last $20 because you just got laid off in 2009 or 2008, you could still take your family to the pizzeria and order a large pizza and a few drinks and feed your family for $20 and have.
Isn't that incredible?
I know.
It's really incredible. You could go and see a movie. Movie theaters did well.
That's a whole nother. I mean, it's like, right? I'll pay, I live in New York City. I used to pay $36 to go to the movies normally with my wife. So would I pay $25 to watch the first run movie that's out on Netflix or on Amazon? Of course I would. So, that will change completely. Now, you raised multifamily, which traditionally has been bulletproof. Now, I can't remember any time in my lifetime where people weren't paying their rent on an apartment because they had lost their jobs in massive amounts like people have, or they were getting, whether it's $400, $600, $800 from the US government a week to support themselves during this off cycle. And the prospects of the next employment is not there. Plus, the governments have said you can't evict them. And then those have just been extended. So a product type that traditionally was bulletproof, multifamily, I don't see how that's going to also be unscathed in this. And certainly, there were other things in multifamily in certain areas. And I think I could use downtown Los Angeles. I certainly could use Nashville, where you had oversupply of Class A apartments. So if you can't afford to be in your Class B or C apartment because you can't anymore, you're not moving up to the Class A vacant apartment in some of these new cities. So multifamily will always be better than most assets because people have to live there. But I don't think it goes unscathed in this down cycle.